With new players coming in and out of the NBA each and every single year, it's a guarantee that they all have a story to tell. In today's video, we're going to be talking about NBA players who were almost killed before, during, or after their NBA careers. But before I get into all the details surrounding those, I real quick wanted to mention that if you drop a like on this video and subscribe to our channel within the next 10 seconds, you will be the next president of the United States. This is not a joke, this is not a drill. Drop a like on this video and subscribe to our channel right now to find out. And I also wanted to mention we pin free money, free Amazon gift cards in the comment section of each and every single video, each and every single day, so drop a like on this video for that. But to give yourself the greatest opportunity to win that each and every single day, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn those post notifications on by hitting the bell. But anyways, getting right back on track with the topic at hand, with so many players coming in and out of the league each and every single year, and it being so limited on how many actually make it professional, I can guarantee you that a lot of them actually have some interesting stories to tell. Now we're going to start things off with Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard himself is one of the most underrated point guards in today's NBA, and honestly one of the most underrated players just in general. He shows no signs of weakness, no signs of pressure when the game is on the line. He's not afraid to take that shot when it counts, and just basically with there being so much high-powered point guards in the NBA that can do it all, that's why he's so slept on. But this year he's kind of sort of getting the recognition that he deserves, actually making the All-Star team for the Western Conference, and I think it's definitely well deserved. He's carried the Portland Trail Blazers to what they are, but they're not the biggest market in today's NBA, and they definitely don't have that star power like some of these super teams that are dynasties in play, so that's kind of why he doesn't get the credit he deserves. In the Western Conference, it's definitely harder to actually become an all-star because of there being so much high-powered offensive players, but it's about time he's finally starting to get some sort of recognition over there carrying the Trailblazers. But with all of this being said, Damian Lillard himself could have easily not had the opportunity to actually showcase and become as successful as he is today. One night, Damian Lillard actually found himself standing alone on the streets of Oakland, California, basically where he grew up and where he raps about on the side in his music career. But this was way back when he was a senior in high school, basically waiting on his transfer home after basketball practice. He was standing there alone around 9 p.m. until he actually became surrounded by a group of people. Even though he was 6 feet tall at the time and he sized up everybody that was coming at him, there was actually people that they didn't really care. They didn't really show any remorse towards the situation, and they wanted to take what they felt they deserved. And with Damian Lillard actually sizing up and refusing to give them what they were asking for, one actually pointed a gun at his head and threatened to shoot him. But like most of you guys know, Damian Lillard is one of those players in the NBA that also raps on the side, makes music, kind of tries to tell stories of his past, and that's actually something that he addressed in his song Roll Call. Lamar Odom. Now Lamar Odom himself obviously is retired from the NBA at this point in time, but he's definitely notable to be on this list. As a member of the Los Angeles Lakers, playing alongside Kobe Bryant, he won multiple championships back in 2009 and 2010, and was actually named the NBA Sixth Man of the Year in 2011, the year after that. Now, since his NBA career, obviously he was notably playing for the Los Angeles Clippers, Los Angeles Lakers, but at the end of the day, he's most notably a celebrity because of Khloe Kardashian, somebody he was in a relationship with. Some people claim this to actually be the downfall of his career. They claim the Kardashians to be cursed when it comes to NBA players, because these players never really live up to their potential after that point, and they end up hitting a decline, honestly. So with that situation going down, Lamar Odom actually had a substance abuse problem in which he ended up overdosing and almost dying at one point. And that's what a lot of people know him for at this point in time. They don't really necessarily look back at his career, they kind of look at these huge headlines, huge stories that came after his career. Now apparently since then he's recovered well. Obviously we've seen the headlines over the past couple of months. He's no longer with Khloe Kardashian. We know that she's actually alongside Tristan Thompson now, and maybe this is the start of a new beginning, a new Lamar Odom, and hopefully he stays on the right track. Now moving on to Jason Terry. Jason Terry himself is one of those significant role players around the NBA, playing for so many franchises throughout his long career. Obviously he's on the tail end of it at this point in time, but he can still be significant. He is a member of the Milwaukee Bucks at this point in time. but he has played for multiple franchises throughout his long career, and that just shows that a lot of teams have been interested in him in the past. They know what he has to offer. Every now and then when it comes to, those crunch time situations or even those clutch moments in the playoffs, he can hit a clutch shot from time to time, or actually, provide some assistance hitting 3-point shots just in general. He played for the Dallas Mavericks, Boston Celtics, like I said, now he's a member of the Milwaukee Bucks, and he's always had some sort of a significant role, but at this point in time, the Milwaukee Bucks are obviously stacked, having players like Giannis Antetokounmpo, an MVP candidate, Malcolm Brogdon, Rookie of the Year last year, Eric Bledsoe, somebody who is arguably someone who could put up all-star caliber numbers, and Jabari Parker's coming back. They've got a lot of significance on their roster at this point in time, so he doesn't get the playing time that he used to, and obviously he's almost 40 years old, so they're probably not going to play him that much. But he is somewhat significant, but there is some sort of situation in his career where you could argue that it kind of killed it. There was back in the playoffs when he was a member of the Boston Celtics going up against the Miami Heat, and this is probably one of the most legendary moments of his career, but that's not saying necessarily a good thing. He was going up against the Miami Heat, like I said, and it was easily some situation that's going to be remembered forever. The Miami Heat ended up picking up a steal, throwing multiple passes, ending up in an alley-oop to LeBron James, dunking on Jason Terry, in which he fell to the ground, and it was one of the most nastiest dunks that we've seen in today's modern NBA, and especially coming in a playoff moment like that, there's always going to be significance behind it. LeBron James kind of killed Jason Terry's career at that point in time compared to what he used to be. That's basically when he hit his decline, and that's one of the most notable moments at this point in time of the end of his career. So obviously with that blooper in hand, you can argue that Jason Terry was almost killed at that point in time. Now moving on to Brandon Knight, he's had sort of a similar situation as Jason Terry, but noticeably way worse. He's kind of turned himself into a meme overall. His career is kind of a joke to many fans across the NBA, and no one necessarily really takes his career seriously anymore at this point, and he honestly mocks himself on social media after this entire situations have gone down, so even he doesn't take it seriously anymore, and he knows that he's going to be a blooper reel forever. But basically, quote unquote, the death of Brandon Knight, there's been people that basically turned him into a meme and would say RIP Brandon Knight, because he's had so many bloopers, so many situations happen to him where you could argue that his career was killed at that point in time. Whether it's diving in the crowd for a loose ball, getting dunked on by DeAndre Jordan, it ending up being the dunk of the year that season, and it being one of the nastiest alley-oops we've seen in a while. Obviously at that point in time his career was never the same. But that's just the beginning. Even Kyrie Irving gave him a little situation himself in the rookie-sophomore showdown, in which he crossed Brandon Knight and he flopped to the floor. He ended up getting a huge contract at one point in time, and nobody thought he was deserving of it because of how many little situations like this actually have occurred in the past. He's had situations where he would go for a layup and miss it while being wide open. So obviously he had extreme potential, but he kind of killed his own career, putting himself in circumstances that he definitely should not have been involved with. Kyrie Irving. Now, I'm not going to spend this time hating on Kyrie Irving at all, because he's definitely well deserving of all the recognition that he's gotten up to this point. Actually requesting, not even just requesting, demanding a trade because his contract wasn't even close to being up from the Cleveland Cavaliers in this past summer. A lot of people could have argued that they thought that this was the biggest mistake of Kyrie Irving's career and that he was going to kill his career from this point on. Everybody thought that LeBron James being alongside him is why he ended up being so successful, but he's been trying to prove those doubters wrong all year and became once again an NBA All-Star. But like I said, he almost killed his career. If things would have fell apart, he went to the Boston Celtics and wouldn't have lived up to the hype, wouldn't have lived up to what they are right now, that #1 seed, and been so successful, him basically putting up the exact same numbers and being an MVP candidate, he would have killed his career, and no one would have respected the decision he made. But he's kind of showed all the doubters wrong, and with the Cleveland Cavaliers continuing to struggle up to this point, obviously that situation would have been avoided if Kyrie stayed there, because now they have chemistry issues. But maybe this was the right move to make. Maybe Kyrie Irving's seen all of this situation happening. He basically had an epiphany, and he said, you know what? I'm out of this situation before it gets any worse. We're not beating the Golden State Warriors, so what's the point of me being here? I'm trying to win. And that's what he's doing. He's playing alongside the Boston Celtics. They're winning way more games than the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're having absolutely no chemistry issues. They're one of the best defensive players, if not the best defensive team in the NBA. And doing all of this without Gordon Hayward. Obviously, he got injured in that first game of the season against the Cleveland Cavaliers. But if they get him back, that's going to be one more superstar added on top of what they got. Maybe there might be some, chemistry issues fitting him in a little bit here and there. But honestly, they're going to be very, very successful. And that's why I say he almost killed his career. But he's definitely turned everything around and proved all the doubters wrong as well. Now, last but not least, moving on to Kevin Durant. He's obviously put himself in a similar situation as Kyrie did last year, but the previous year before that. Kevin Durant leaving the OKC Thunder, joining the Golden State Warriors, the team that beat him while he was up 3-1 in the NBA's Western Conference Finals that year. Obviously, he received more criticism than basically any NBA player ever for the decision he made. And with people burning his jerseys, him losing a lot of respect around the NBA, and NBA fans today still never giving him the respect that he feels he deserves. Even though he proved the haters wrong, he proved the point he wanted to make, that he could be a winner and he could win an NBA championship. Joining along 3 other All-Stars on that Golden State Warriors team, turning the dynasty into a super team to the max, arguably. He's never going to get the respect he deserves, no matter how many championships he wins, unless it's something ridiculous like a Tom Brady stat where he's way ahead of the game. Now, he's 1-1 in the NBA Finals, just beat LeBron James, the player that he had lost to in the 2012 NBA Finals his first time around. Winning the NBA championship definitely proved a lot of doubters wrong, but I feel like, honestly, if he would have stayed with the OKC Thunder and kept pursuing the NBA championship, playing alongside Russell Westbrook, they would have eventually built around him and potentially won an NBA championship there anyways. But him leaving them and joining the Golden State Warriors, he definitely killed his career. His reputation is tarnished and ruined forever. And whenever anybody actually looks back at history of the NBA and looks at Kevin Durant specifically, he's going to be the most notable snake in the NBA's history itself. And that's just a fact. No matter how you look at it, he left the OKC Thunder to hang and dry, and he joined a dynasty that was already in play, basically because he was hungry for an NBA championship so he could just get it out of the way. And he basically took the easy route. So a lot of people aren't going to show respect to that. I'd say no people are really going to show respect to that unless you're a diehard Kevin Durant fan. So I'm going to say from that point on, him leaving the OKC Thunder to join the Golden State Warriors, he killed what his career was supposed to be. But he's still going to go down as one of the best scorers of all time and one of the NBA's greats. But I feel like he could have been way better if he would have actually won it all playing for OKC. And that's kind of how LeBron James was as well. Obviously, LeBron James leaving the Cleveland Cavaliers the first time, joined the Miami Heat. He set the precedent that it was okay for you to leave teams. But the problem was, he didn't join a dynasty and play. He kind of formed it all himself. Kevin Durant joined a team that was already significantly better than the team he was on, winning 73 games the previous year. But that's a different story for a different day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you want to win free money, all you gotta do is subscribe to our channel and turn those post notifications on. We post Amazon gift cards in the comment section each and every single day, so keep all of that in mind. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.